Hello everyone, my name is Stifsra and welcome to Darthmod France campaign in Empire Total War. So, I just have to go straight out and admit a little thing right away. So, this campaign was actually boring me at this point, and I realized that basically what I had to do was, except for a tiny war with France and the Cherokee, I really only had to capture a lot of territories. And of course, eradicate the Iroquois. I really had just to capture territories, and then the game really would be over. And a lot of them were pushovers because they were rebel provinces. So, what I did was I decided to do it like this. So you can see this is captured, but more importantly, all of this is captured. So, what I did is basically I captured everything the Iroquois had, which was the Iroquois territory, all of this, all of Louisiana, and then basically everything up until Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. And here comes my cat, and he might probably capture his meowing. Or her meowing, actually. Anyway, try to ignore that. Even though it's hard to if you have a cat. Oh, come on, don't bite stuff. Anyway, back on track. Basically, I got the US down to one region, and that was basically because of diplomacy. I paid them for Maine, and I paid a lot of money to get Albany from them. So they are basically now down to this. Boston, which you can see, is quite surrounded by French forces, and they have some forces right here, but I don't think they will be able to intervene. So, I also need this territory right here, and you can tell, yeah, you kind of see what is going on right here. Pretty much the same thing. Of course, I haven't declared war yet, so we'll see how many joins. Also, I have some Iroquois in my regions, but if I just do everything I need to do in this very turn, which might take several episodes, by the way, because I have something lined up for you. But if I do that, I'll just call it quits, because every victory objective has been reached. Because you can see here, victory regions, I have 10 out of 12, and the number of victory regions I need is 36 out of 30. So the only two objectives I haven't met yet is to capture the Cherokee territory, as I said, and also Confederation of New England, right here. By the way, I should mention some strange stuff that has been happening elsewhere in the world that hasn't involved France. So, firstly, kind of obvious, Maratha Confederacy. Well, firstly, I'm allied to them. Secondly, they got Kentucky, somehow. Yeah, they traded with Cherokee, because I think Cherokee actually gained... They gained the territory somewhere, but I can't remember where. I don't think it was in India, actually. But anyway, somehow, the Swedish got New Mexico from Spain. So, yeah, that's slightly weird. Also, on the second to last turn that did exist, the Mughal Empire offered me Kashmir for a lot of money, basically. And I accepted. I could afford it, and my trade income is so massive by this point that money is not really an issue. So I got that. And also, here is India. Yep, all Marathan. And over in Europe, we can see that Sweden is now Russian, and Denmark is Danish once again. It was in Swedish hands for a long time, but now, as I said, it's Danish. Also, Hanover got recaptured by the Prussians, and the Swedes are basically screwed because all they have now is Norway, and there's a reason why Norway changed hands not several times, but has been the kind of underdog in the 2 unions we've been in the last, let's see, how many years? Since 1500s? The 1500s, I think it was. Maybe the 1500s. So since then we've been in union, of course, until 1905, which we broke away from Sweden. But the point being, this is basically nothing when for a well, you can't really have build great armies from this, not to rival like Russia or something. But a product of that is that if they do join the war against me when I attack the Americans, they won't be an issue, except for maybe down here. But if I lose Berlin, once again, it's not really an issue because this is not a victory region, and also let's see, yeah, this is not a victory region, and I do have more other regions than than the limit says, or limit, the lower limit. I need 30 victory regions, and as you saw, I had 36. By the way, something other, just quick update, the Austrians declared war on me, and basically I didn't need Prague, so I basically just gave it up. But as you can see, they are obviously at war with Württemberg as well. So even though I gave them Prague, this is like 2 turns late or something. So somehow they actually captured that. It seemed to be a pretty strong state actually. Württemberg might be an issue there, but that is for future France to worry about. I will be done after this very turn, because I will capture these 2 regions. Anyway, the thing I had lined up, you see at the right here, if these suckers don't run away, that is. So, what haven't I shown you in this campaign? Well, 2 full navies fighting it out, and that is the very thing you'll see right here. So I actually do have 2 navy stacks. I have my elite navy stack. There aren't multiple of them. There we go. And also we have the reinforcing navy. There we go. And basically with this, we declare war. So let's see who joins. As I said, it really doesn't matter. I really don't care. Let's see. Alliance broken. Yes, Spain decided to join the war with me. Yes. Very nice. And Sweden is too weak to really be of any importance whatsoever anyway. And Marathas actually joined as well. So, let's see, almost it's Austrians all then, that would have ruined everything. But, let's fight this on the battle map. So, to close this out, I'll show you a large naval battle. And also, I am planning on doing both the Cherokee Territory battle and the Confederation of New England, aka Boston. So those would be quite massive, and I don't just have like line infantry spam. Well, there are a lot of line infantry there, but by saying there aren't spam, I mean there aren't spam of like just pure straight up line infantry. So I have more elite troops. Anyway, the cat is bothering me again, trying to claw at my keyboard. Also, the wind isn't the best, so I have several things going against me. Hadn't it been for my quite awesome navy. There we go. Let's see. Stretch it out a bit. Didn't actually help that much. Okay, let's see. There. Okay, this is the ship of the line formation, stretched out to the max. Okay, how to deploy it really, because we're really straight up against the wind here. Anyway, let's take a look at this anyway. So, first rank, Conqueror, heavy first rate. Second rate, first rate, Admiral flagship, first rate, heavy first rate, a third rate, That's the lowest I have. Second rate, heavy first 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 rate, second rate ship of the line, and a heavy first rate. So I really do have almost maximum firepower available. Only problem, as I said, is the wind right now, but I think we can deal with that. Only problem we will be having is, of course, time. How long it will take. So, right out of the gate, I think I'll just put this in fast forward. For obvious reasons. For this being a first rate, a heavy first rate, so it's quite not maneuverable, to put it that way. And also, let's see if I can actually get you to turn here. Or maybe I should rather go like this, actually. And yeah, secondly, this being a naval battle, and it takes a long time. Yeah, this is not moving at all, even on fast forward. As I said, not doing anything, so let's try to do this instead. And that actually worked. So, let's see. He's standing up. Okay. Try to line him again. There we go. That should be good. Also, they're heading straight for my line, so they might wear off to the right, but that is a really bad idea. I would say, at least. Well, this is really a bad idea, period. So there's that. Also, I really like the naval flag. Don't tread on me. At first I thought that was a joke, but apparently it's real. So yeah, that's one of the more weirder things I have seen in this game, which, as I said, is actually true, apparently. Oh yeah, all sails, full speed. Yeah, not really lightning fast, is it? But thankfully for me, these ships are different from Photo Samurai ships, which means they won't fire, they won't auto-fire if your friendly ships are straight in front of it. So you can see all the cannons which are in the line of fire, they do fire, and the ones who aren't, they don't. Simple as that. Okay, so what are you gonna do, really? Oh, come on, cat, don't distract me. But anyway. So, do they want to pass just straight through? I don't know. Doesn't seem like a good idea anyhow, but okay. Okay, I'll do something like this, because I want this line to pass as close to all the other ships as possible. I also want this line to get moving, really. Oh well. We might be in for the long haul right here. And as I already stated, this, maybe not this battle, but at least this final turn will be divided up into several parts, because there are at least 3 major battles going to happen, and this is the first. And by the way, I did note that my other navy is not going to reinforce me, which I found a bit strange. There's a reason I put that in as close proximity as possible. But on the other hand, do I really need it? Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, prepare broadside. And let's see the suitable targets. I guess this 5th rate. Taste the wrath of a 2nd rate. And it's going to hit several of these ships as well. So in my books, that's a good move. Looking quite good. So these are sliding past, which of course will give my right side, which I know is not the correct nautical term, definitely, but it will give the right side the possibility of firing. And I do believe this first rate might go down eventually, after every one of these ships had a go at it. But we'll see. Speaking of ships going down, you have this one. Independence. It's going to go down. Okay, I probably should have gone. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll make a new group. Like this. Like this. And do something like that. So they will actually keep with the wind. But when it comes to these guys, they can just continue on their merry way. Okay. And now, proper grouping. There we go. So, what do I want you to do now? That? Yeah, I think so. Several of these ships are actually going out immediately. So I think I might want to do this with these ships. Okay, let's see. I think I want you to just stay here. Like that. And you can go back here. And turn right. Or rotate right, I guess. Yeah, Conqueror still has a lot of guns still in operation. So has the Triumphant. I'm positive isn't pronounced that way. 55 and 33. Yeah, it's slightly more damaged here. Does that make sense? Let's see. How would you like broadside to the face? Spoiler, they won't like it at all. And I don't think they did. Concerned hull losses. Or hull damage sustained during battle. Okay. Let's see how the brig handles 29 cans at once. Not very well. Okay, drop anchor. Not necessarily that, but more like that. Actually, I think I'll let's see. Not the admiral, but one of the admirals. Oh, this is actually his ship, the Conqueror. I didn't actually pay attention to that, but I think he's out of danger for now, because he's only facing lesser ships. Okay, can I drag this out? Like, drag it out of the group? I don't think I can, actually. Okay, if I do it like that. There we go. Of course, now I messed up the line. But it can't be helped. Oh, this is sinking. This is definitely sinking. I might just get rid of the group altogether and do stuff like that, rather. Or like that. That's more like it. Yeah. Actually, it looks kind of good. And then take the ship and rotate all the way around. So there we go. This has passed every single ship that I want to pass.